Tell you what, I know I've said this a couple weeks in a row now, but Purdy just keeps checking boxes. Check a box, check a box. Okay, can he handle the road? Can he handle the environment? Can he handle playing for a division? Check the box. Check that box, too. Because I didn't know. None of us knew when he took over.
Right.
And I still don't know how he'll handle the playoffs, but I'm more and more confident in saying that there's still going to be some moments, but there are moments with every quarterback, or most of them. Even just the top tier, you don't even worry about those guys going into the game. But everybody else, you still wonder, like, how's it going to be?
Right.
He's going to get into that point where I'm like, you know what? Because he has the talent around him, and that's a big key. But, again, he just seems super comfortable, Steve. Like, I got this.
Yep.
Don't worry about it.
You just don't know. I think the thing is, it's hard to read. That's why scouts. I mean, why the 49ers pick him in the 7th round? Like what makes it so hard is the I would call it the Force, like a Star Wars, kind of reference. Like, does someone have a Force? And usually the Force that we're talking about, like Obi-Wan Kenobi or Yoda, like they have this thing that you can't describe, you can't really, but it's just you feel it, you know it, you can sense it. And quarterback is very much, and I guess probably any expertise around any field, there's people that just really get it, right? And and you just don't know when it comes in a package that supposedly without the strongest arm or without amazing mobility, it's like, so how do we package that when scouts don't know whether you have the Force? They don't know.
Yeah.
They just kind of, all they can do is go measure you, tell us how to throw, how do you play. He played 4 years, but he's not that tall. It's like these guys, that's why so many first-round misses, right? Because they don't know how to judge whether someone has the Force. And then when somebody does, no matter where they're drafted, you go, oh, you have the Force? Who knew? And I think that's what's cool about what young Brock is that he reminds, like, it's just take it for what I say. It's the Ty Detmer. Ty Detmer had the Force. He had much less capability than Brock. I mean, he was like 5'11", 5'10", about 140 pounds. Like, his arm he could whip it around kind of within about 15 yards. Like, but the dude had the Force. Like, if he had a body that could do something, he won the Heisman with that body. Like, you're like, holy crap, how do you win the Heisman with what you're kind of carrying around? But he had the Force, and the Force is really, it's just that guile and awareness and calculate 3D chess that you have to play with personality and people and what you're trying to accomplish, and the presence when you're not overwhelmed. Your mind is quiet, and you understand what the concept is. You know what was trying to happen. I remember when Ty played here, he's a backup with me, and I remember I'd go straight to Ty. Go, what do you think? Oh, well, Steve, you got it. And he would shame me a lot. I was like, look, I've been to 5-6 Pro Bowls. I'm like, but I was like, oh yeah, that was not very good. So I think Brock is somebody who has the Force, and I think that's cool. Now, how far will his body take him? It seems like it's plenty, right? It's like, oh yeah, we're in good shape. He's not gonna wheel and Patrick Mahomes and throw it 70, but that's okay. We're fine with that. And I think you're gonna find somebody that Kyle will feel really like it'll be a comfort. Like, I can call stuff, I can stretch myself, and Brock, you kind of as more reps between the two of them, he can start to tell Brock, you take care of me. I've talked about this many times. Yeah. That was one of the things that his dad said to me that was really important. And so when that happens, then that's where Brock has got the check the box thing you said earlier. There's a lot of boxes still to check.
Yes.
But right now, for Mr. Irrelevant, the last guy drafted in the draft, who in the summertime everyone said, whoa, wait a second, hold on. And they don't know how to say it. I would say, after summer camp, he has the Force. And it's like, if he has the Force, then he should be in the first or second round or third round the most. Like, if you have the Force, you got it. And so in my mind, it's now what are the limitations that are going to come out, and then as things ramp up and people start to pay attention to the NFL, and now they have a couple of weeks to say, okay, Brock Purdy, what can he do? What has he shown on film? We've seen him 3 or 4 weeks. Here's the things that here's a blind spot. And so you get NFL guys that spend their life at this. Then you get tested and you continually get tested. So we'll just see how that goes out. But what's not going to happen is somehow he gets overwhelmed over time. Like it's not his mind's not going to all suddenly go haywire and ball's going to go spitting out everywhere. And if it does once, it won't happen again. So in that way, I know that. What we don't know is some of the things that we're going to find out over the next maybe months and years. Who knows? But right now, what I do know is he has the force, and that's a big deal to me.
Yeah. Look, I mean, I said he checked the boxes that are available to be checked. Like some boxes he hasn't checked, but they aren't available yet. It's like a level in a video game. Like I haven't got there yet. Let me see what happens when I get there, and we'll find it.
And look, some of the boxes, Tom, are, hey, my team is crappy and the coaches are crappy, and I got to. Well, he might not ever have to check that box.
Exactly.
You know, right?
Exactly.
Like, that's a box you don't necessarily want to check.
No, you don't want to. You'd rather you check that box early in your career.
Earn your keep.
Right, exactly. Like I've been there when the coach walks in the pregame against the championship Bear defense in the '87 and says, "Hey, bro, you got to be careful. You can get hurt." You know, thanks for the tip.
I love that one.
We laughed about that.
Good
right?
luck.
I love that one.
That's so funny.
You could get really
careful.
hurt out there. So, but right now he doesn't. And remember when Colin Kaepernick threw that first? Like he just talked about checking the box and the dynamic, and just didn't feel like there was any limit, no limit to what he could do. Good. How are you doing?
What?
All right, sorry, fans.
Tell him you're doing the radio
Fans,
show. What the hell's going on?
Guys, can't help it. Pulling out.
I'm working here, bro. What are you doing out there?
Up. I know. I tried to tell them. I was like, "Hey, I'm on the phone. You see, I'm on." And they don't care. There's a small. Hey, but anyway, he doesn't have to worry about it. Like I've got a great team, best asset, best coach, and then and the thing is, he's not holding it back. That's the key.
Yep.
Right? You got all this stuff, and Devo's not even playing last week. So, like, you got to say to yourself, what we do know about Brock is solid. Like, I don't think it's something, it's a flash. I don't know that he can repeat it. Well, look, who he is, what you've seen, you can count on that. Now, what else is going to happen in the future and all you said about the box checking, we'll find out.